Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm showing you guys this 2022 Genesis G70, but I would like to give a special thanks to Homestead Genesis for providing me with the G70. If you're in the market for a Genesis, you can come check out Homestead Genesis. But let's talk about the G70 here. I do like this exterior paint. Genesis causes a black forest paint, which looks really good with the black accents, also with the dark chrome accents. I already showed you guys a G70 review already, but that model that I showed you guys was a launch edition, and Genesis only making 500 of those launch edition models. So if you guys are looking to get a launch edition model, I recommend calling up your local Genesis dealership to see if they have one in stock. But looking at the front fascia here of the G70, the G70 does look very handsome here. This is the corporate Genesis design language here with these split LED headlights here, with an automatic low and high beam, with an LED turn signal, with an LED daytime running light. There's some dark chrome here in the front fascia. I do like this large grille here. There's front parking sensors. There's also a front facing camera, and this square piece here is for the driver's assistance. So this does have pre-collision assist with pedestrian detection. This is the Genesis emblem here on top of the hood. All this is functional here to keep that V6 cooled as possible. But I want you guys to comment down below in the comment section and tell what you guys think about the G70. Looking at the side profile here of the G70, let's start out with these tires and wheels here. These are a 225/40 Michelin Pilot Sport tire. You also get two 55/35s in the rear to give it that staggered tire setup there. This is a 19-inch rim design. I do like the black finish here with the multi-spoke finish. It looks really good here with the green exterior paint. There is some dark chrome accents here on the side window wells. Also underneath this mirror here, and that's also this LED side marker here. And up top, Genesis does offer this moonroof here to let light into the cabin. The wheelbase for the G70 is at 111.6 inches with an overall length of 184.4. But let's take a look at the rear of the G70. Taking a look at the rear of the G70, there's this integrated rear spoiler here. There is some badging on the trunk lid here, which is the Genesis name, which is spelled out. There's a G70 badge with this 3.3T badge here to signify the powertrain that you have. There's a standard backup camera with a trunk release button there. There's rear parking sensors here. These taillights are going to be a full LED with an LED turn signal and brake light, but the reverse lights are going to be an incandescent bulb here. There's also this quad tip exhaust here, but Genesis has it looking like a dual tip exhaust. There's reflectors here integrated into the rear bumper, and it's a semi-aggressive rear diffuser here. But open up the cargo bag here of the G70, pressing that button there, it reveals 10.5 cubic feet of space. You can also fold the seats down to do a 60-40 split, and underneath here, Genesis does equip this with a spare tire. Sitting in the interior of the Genesis G70 here, looking at this interior, I like the way this interior looks. I like the layout. It looks very simple and very modern. This does have some red stitching throughout the interior here, but looking at the key fob here, it does have some functions on it, which includes a lock, unlock, a trunk release. You can also access the headlights here. So if you guys were in a dark area, you can hit this button here. We'll turn the headlights on. There's a remote start mode with a panic button. This does have the Genesis emblem on the back of the key fob, but reaching over here to shut the door and starting up the G70 here. Looking here at the door panel material, is going to be a soft touch material here. There's two person memory seats. This does have the Lexicon sound system, which sounds pretty good. It's a 15 speaker sound system. You can also power fold the mirrors in via this button here. It is automatic up, automatic down for all four windows. You can also lock the window via this control here. There's some diamond quilted stitching here on the door panel. Down here is going to be additional storage with cup holder space. In this area is going to be nice and padded to rest your elbows. There's your dimmer switches here with the trunk release, the fuel cap opener. This is a power tilt and telescoping wheel. There's paddle shifters here. The headlight and turn signal stock is there with the wind wiper stock right there. This is a 3-spoke wheel design. There's the Genesis emblem here on the airbag cover. There's the scroll wheel here for the volume knob. Over here is for the driver's assistance. This does have adaptive cruise control with highway stir assist. And there is this heads-up display here. Nice leather-wrapped dashboard with more of that red stitching I was talking about. This is a 10.25-inch display here. It does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Going here to the Genesis interface, I like this nice bronze icons here. The touch response is very responsive. Going here to Google Maps here, it does show you a nice clean and crisp resolution. This is the Google Maps here. But going back to the Genesis interface, I'm gonna show you guys the Genesis embedded GPS here. Is a TomTom navigation. It's very responsive as well. Going to the Apple CarPlay, there's more of that red stitching throughout the dashboard here. Nice high quality leather with some aluminum painted trim. There's a push button start here. The air vents are there with the hazard switch there. There's some shortcut buttons here. There's a volume and tune knob. There's 2-level heated steering wheel function here. That's why you have this perforated leather here on the steering wheel. There's 3-level heated and cool seats. The cool seats work phenomenal. It's like 90 degrees outside right now, and the cool seats are doing wonders here. There's these big knobs here for the air conditioning. This does have a dual climate setup here. There's a 12-volt here with a USB port. My iPhone 12 Pro Max does fit in this wireless phone charger just fine. Unfortunately, Genesis does not offer a wireless function here, so you guys have to use your USB cord still. To put the Genesis G70 into reverse, just push down on this trigger and switch up here. It does show you a top-down 360 view. There's trajectory with distance markers. There's front and rear parking sensors. There's also different angles around this vehicle as well. There's also a front-facing camera. Kicking it down to drive here, as you guys can see, once you put it into drive, there's a front-facing camera, and you press P here to go into park. There's two cup holders here. There's some shortcut buttons here for the parking sensors, the stability control, auto hold. You can also access the cameras there. And there's also electronic parking brake. Switching over to the left here does show you an eco. There's a comfort mode, a sport plus mode. It does turn off the traction control, and it's also a custom mode. We're talking about the drive modes once we get into the driving part of the video here. Up top, there's going to be LED lights throughout the cabin, and there's also this standard moonroof here that lets light into the cabin. The seats in here, they're supportive, they're comfortable. I do like the diamond quilted stitching here, and you can slide the seat forward and back to give the rear passenger here a little bit more space. You can also tilt it forward and back if you would like. Looking at the glove compartment here, it does offer a decent amount of space, and the center armrest here does reveal a shallow amount of space, and there's also a USB port in there as well. But overall, like I mentioned, this interior is very impressive. I also like this large 10.25 inch display here with the red stitching. But let's hop into the back seat of the G70. Getting into the back seat here, the Genesis G70, shutting the door here. The materials are going to be carried over from the front to the rear. There's two mat pockets back here for storage. There's your own set of rear air vents here with a USB port. Good luck sitting in the middle passenger here. Genesis says you get 34.8 inches of legroom here in the back seat of the G70. I'm only 5'8". I do have a decent amount of headroom here. Up top is going to be LED lights throughout the cabin. Pulling this armrest down here, it does reveal two cup holders, and also like that, this does come equipped with the red seat belts. Taking a look underneath the hood here of the G70, this has Genesis 3.3 liter twin turbocharged V6. This powertrain makes 365 horsepower and 376 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. As the G70 sits here, it weighs 3,700 pounds. This is equipped with the rear-wheel drive. You can get all-wheel drive as an option. So starting off in the 2022 Genesis G70 here, this has Genesis 3.3 liter twin turbocharged V6. This powertrain makes 365 horsepower and 376 pound-feet of torque. It's paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy for this powertrain is rated at 18 in the city, 27 on the highway, and 21 combined. So it does give really decent fuel economy here. And this is rear-wheel drive, so this does come with a limited slip differential. And this car just gets up to speed really quick. I tested the launch edition, but that one had a nice bright red interior. This does have some red stitching, which looks really nice as well. This is a 10.25 inch display. It does support Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but it does not support it wireless. You have to use a USB port in order to connect that feature, or you can use your Bluetooth if you would like. The seats in here, they're comfortable. They're 3-level heated and cool seats. The cool seats, they work phenomenal because right now it's like 90 degrees outside and it's super hot. And the last couple of days it's been raining very hard, so now the humidity is like kicking in, and like I mentioned, the cool seats are just really good. But this V6 is very strong. It does have a nice snarl to it, but I'm going to put it in the Sport Plus mode, and we're going to launch the G70 here. The performance aspect of this vehicle is really good. It handles really good as well. I tested this before. If you guys didn't see that review, I'm going to leave it in the description box down below. If you guys signal left or right, you guys can see here on this LCD display here, we'll show you what's next to the vehicle. This does have Genesis driver's assistance, which includes lane keep assist, lane departure, forward collision warning with pedestrian and cyclist detection with these blind spot monitoring cameras here. So Genesis does equip this with some really good driver's assistance, also with the highway stare assist as well. But let's put into a Sport Plus mode here. So once you come to a stop, here, and you switch over, it's going to put it into a Sport Plus mode. That turns off the traction stability control. I'm going to brake boost it. And this car, the power delivery is just so beautiful. Like I mentioned, this is paired with an 8-speed automatic, and the 8-speed is very good. You guys can hear. And it just picks up speed. Keep in mind, this has the same powertrain that's in the Kia Stinger, but the Stinger makes 3 more additional horsepower, which honestly, I tested the Stinger recently. I can't really tell the 3 horsepower difference. And you guys are looking for something bigger, if you guys still want to stay in the Korean brand, the Stinger is a really good choice as well. But keep in mind, this and the Stinger rides on the same platform, but the Stinger does have more interior space, which means more leg room, and also has a bigger trunk area. This is more of a compact luxury sedan compared to that Stinger, which is bigger, like I mentioned, even though they ride on the same platform. But performance-wise, I feel like this car will get you in trouble, especially if you like to put your foot to the floor like I do myself. But that V6 sounds really good. It does have a nice snarl from it, and I like the way that it sounds. But the steering gets a little heavy. You can feel what the front tires are doing. Keep in mind, like I mentioned, this is rear-wheel drive, and it is paired with a limited slip differential. But the cabin is quiet. Even when you put your foot down, you can hear the V6, but the cabin is very quiet. So if you guys have smaller kids and you wanted to, go on a long road trip, the cabin is very quiet. But let's put it into a comfort mode here and see. In comfort, the steering gets way more lighter than in sport, of course. The suspension feels more compliant instead of being more stiff once you have it in the Sport Plus mode. Right on this rough part of the road here, and the G70 here just sucks up the bumps just fine, and the imperfection in the road. So the ride quality is buttery smooth. But let's do another launch here and see what happens. When I did the first launch, the car was kind of moving a little bit. But let's see. When I put it back into a Sport Plus mode, let's brake boost it here. Let's turn the auto function off. Wow. Oh my God. I think 0 to 60 maybe 4.8 seconds, maybe 5 seconds, because we got up to speed really quick. And an 8-speed auto is very good with this powertrain. And with the performance and price, you cannot deny the G70 is a really good option. Starting price here for the G70 is at $42,100 with the options and accessories, including destination. The G70 stickers for $52,310. Hope you guys have enjoyed this review. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at DriveOnReviews and hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you all in the next review.